What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another interview and episode of the Central Ohio Creators. Switching things up in the studio this time. As you can obviously see, things look a little different compared to our normal look for our interviews. We are currently at 739 North Wilson Road in Columbus, Ohio. That's right, y'all. We at the Budget Freight Electronics Storefront.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Huss here with us today. He's here to tell us all about his business, along with who he is and what else he has going on as well. Huss, it's a pleasure to have you. Have this time, man. I'm grateful for this interview, and yeah, man, I'm excited. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, bro. It's good to be had, man. Shout out to the Central Ohio Creators, for sure.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know Taking 3 Vibes is going to be taking care of the questions on this one, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so for those that don't know, Huss is the owner of BFE, standing for Budget Freight Electronics. He's also the owner of Mastermind Click music label, Mastermind Click grills. That's for the grills in your mouth, for those who don't know what I mean.
Mastermind Jewels.
Yes, sir. Mastermind Jewels. Let me get it right.
We got it.
He's also the previously an owner of Universal Car Sales on the north side of Columbus. Some of you might know. He's also currently a wholesaler. You could take a quick look at the background. You can kind of see what's going on. We got some of his products already out here on display.
Budget Freight.
And last but not least, and most importantly, in my opinion, he's also a father as well. So,
Very much so.
so we got a lot to talk about today. Let's get into it, y'all. First thing.
And a husband.
Yes, sir. And a husband. Come on now. Come on now. Representing the right way out here. All right now. So without further ado, first things first, what about electronics made you take it up as a business and profession?
A lot of things that I do, I kind of take from being I come from the side of being a consumer first. And everything that I do or like, it's kind of like I take my hobbies and I go from being a buyer to a seller in mostly everything that I like, you know what I mean? And I've always had a big niche for electronics. I've always been a tech geek. Car audios, house stereos, back in the day when that was a popular thing. Kind of moved to car stereos. Early 2000s, I got into computers, actually, which came from a little later on. We'll talk about Mastermind Click and the music. Budget Freight, it kind of also came from that extension. They all kind of locked and chained together. The way I got into computers was my partner and my cousin, Terry and Trey, they came up to my shop one day where I was a manager at a furniture store at the time. And they had built computers. And on them computers they had got FL Studio. I ain't know what it was. But they already know that I was one of them kids in school beatboxing and banging on the desk, getting in trouble. So my dad was a drummer, so music always been a part of me and my family. So from that, I was a manager. I say that I was a manager at the furniture store because upstairs they had a whole lot of broken computers. Well, not broken or out of date or whatever you want to call them. So I called my cousin Terry back to come to the shop, and we went upstairs and went through all them bad boys and pretty much built me a computer from it. And what I couldn't use, I sold to the computer place to get what I did need. So from there, you know, I kind of learned right then and there what I was doing, hard drives, RAM, motherboards, the whole 9 yards. And, you know, just being the kind of brain cell that I got, we all know computers ain't going nowhere for no time soon. It's kind of like the heart of technology in a lot of ways, even with AI. So I picked and choose to go ahead and go forward with learning a little bit about them, learn how to build them, learn how to repair them, just like I was doing with car audio and a lot of other things that I was doing previously. And, just again, from being a type of person I am, I don't like to just buy, be a consumer. I like to get what buy a bulk of things so I can get what I want and not have to pay. So that's just who I am as a person. And it's kind of turned into, got to be a plug on getting some computers. Since 2006, I've been dealing with the same company, and I buy bulk of them, I repair them, I get them ready, and I turn it into a store, Budget Freight Electronics.
Okay, so you repair computers as well?
I repair as well, yes.
Okay.
We repair, we upgrade, yes, we diagnose, we virus protection, get rid of virus. We do the whole 9 yards when it comes to computers. We get desktops, laptops, tablets, all that. Everything in the computer world we deal with.
Okay, so you've already kind of given us a good idea, but what all does Budget Freight Electronics sell and include?
Okay,
So what's all under the umbrella?
Okay, so there is more things. Our main thing is laptops. But from laptops, it branches off into everything else. Like I said before, tablets, desktop computers, monitors, parts, hard drives, RAM, accessories like laptop bags and the whole 9 yards. But then we also, as y'all can probably see in the camera, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can see.
We also do car audio installation and sales. We also got tent coming for budget tent is also coming on board for the beginning of 2026. That's going to be a new thing that we branching, always innovating. So we always adding something. So we got budget tent coming. So yeah, that's we do, like I said, electronics. We do car audio. We do installation. We do service. We do tech work, and then we also got the budget. The budget tent coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, with Budget Freight Electronics, it's an interesting niche because obviously, we got our Staples, we got our Best Buys, and people always tend to go retail first, kind of like what you said.
Right.
What made you be confident in being able to sell computers secondhand, or knowing that you could repair this and it'll be, desirable for somebody to come purchase? What instilled that confidence in you to go that route versus just trying to be a retail guy like most people?
Well, I can honestly say, part of the younger days and before, I did have a niche. Got the street life, So being the hustler in me, to the core, you learn that you buy anything at a lower price and you can sell it at a higher price if it got the room on the value. So this is a message to the youth. I know it's a later question, but different products, same hustle. Long story short, you don't got to be on that. But anyway, moving on. We'll get to that later. But so with that question, it's kind of like, I was able to find it and get it in bulk and buy it cheap, find numbers, just like any other owner of any kind. You got to find your niche and you got to find it at a price where you got room to make the money on it. A lot of times that come from getting them in need of, again, kind of where my skills come from. Again, I ain't go to school for none of this, y'all. That's another message for the youth we'll talk about later. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. But anyway, moving on. Again, sometimes you got to get your product, and it might be you might have to repair it to be able to get it at that price you need to get it at to be able to put a profit on it. And that's kind of just all of that in a gumbo ball mixes up is kind of what created me and create Budget Freight. With Budget Freight and a lot of other things that we'll talk about, that's kind of the core of my mentality. Yeah.
Understood. Now, I know you already had gave me a tour of the studio earlier. We are going to go in there. I got some specific questions that I feel fits the studio a little bit better.
Right.
But before we make it in there, you also own Mastermind Click, the music label. Okay. What does the label mean to you, and what can we expect from Mastermind Click in 2026?
Mastermind Click, what it means to me is never give up. Don't live in regret. You know what I mean? You got all kind of reasons why people tell you in life what you should and shouldn't be doing. Most of the time they standing still, but that's a whole nother conversation. But so Mastermind come from my love for music, my background in music with my family, my friends. A lot of us had talents. We link up. Y'all probably know OGB. That's one of my partners, one of the artists on the label. We would all link up and have gatherings and everybody freestyling, and some of the stuff was hot. So from that, I'm like, okay, let's not play. That's cool to play, but let's kind of take it to another level because it's worthy to do something. I got some, like I said, some talents there that I wanted to get out of my bones before that end day call. So it's just kind of come from just not living in regret, you know what I mean? So music is in the core. So it's one of them things I wanted to do for me and the ones around me. It doesn't really so much matter about the sales. We get it out there and it's out there, it's finished product that we can listen to, the libraries that's left for our youth and our family. And, so long story short, that's what it means to me. What we can expect in 26 is a lot. I got at least, we probably talk about it in a minute, but I was able to put 3 albums out last year myself personally under my production name, B Hustler, and my artist name, Huss. And the year before that, I was able to put an EP together, Now or Never 1. So this year we got Now or Never 2 coming. That's going to be under Huss. B Hustler will definitely be releasing another Mastermind Click compilation. Again, bigger things coming to the whole situation is everybody might know a little bit about the AI thing, and so you get down, you lay down. Some people like it, some people love it, some people hate it. We decided not to let it go past us like everything else, Bitcoin or whatever else that don't came and gone. So we're going to innovate some AI stuff in what we're doing. So, you know, we'll have some AI music coming. We'll have some AI artists coming. We'll have a compilation coming with some of the artists we already have on the label, some new artists, along with a mixture of our AI artists. So 26 is definitely going to be big. I can easily say we got an easy 5 to 10 albums coming out this year amongst the team. You know, OGB got an album coming out here in the first quarter of the year. Jet, like the airplane, 2 T's. He got an album coming out. Again, Huss is definitely going to be dropping one. Compilation will be coming probably mid-year. So, yeah, we got a lot of things coming this year in 26 for sure.
Okay. All right. So I got to ask about this, man, because it's so hot and such a new topic to discuss right now. The AI artist, now I understand you said you didn't want to just let it kind of, you know, come and go like a lot of other things, but what makes you feel like you really want to get behind it and invest some time in it? Because we know how a lot of people feel about it. Oh man, you know, that's kind of stealing the originality of a true person's voice, but at the same time, it has its uses too. Tell us a little bit more about what you see in the AI artist that makes you want to go a little bit deeper into that.
Was kind of a little bit about what you said before, what you was just saying about, like, I watched a lot of things come and go. AI is here to stay, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? I don't really like the fact that it can take over the actual artistry of it all, but, you know, you can use it to your liking. You don't have to, you know, completely let it do everything for you. You can use it in so many different ways. You can use it to mix, master. As a matter of fact, they already got AI mastering in a lot of the DAWs. People just don't talk about that. So, you know, it eliminates a lot of problems and a lot of slow progress too, when it's like you might need a female artist. You might have a song that you wrote. You might need some harmony on it. You know, I know my experiences, you know, and unfortunately, you know, it's Columbus, love the city, but it's a lot of BS going on here in the music world, the music scene. And my team know we don't try to touch a lot of people in the city, and it kind of gets a little bit difficult to get some of the things you need from people being focused. So it just kind of alleviates some of that. You know, if I need a female artist, I might not have to interview or deal with 10 women and their problems. I just go ahead and create her AI. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ups and downs to it of what people think, but you know, that's just kind of the emotional side of it that I feel, you know what I mean? Because it's like, again, it's here to stay. I watched a lot of things come and go. I wish I would have got into Bitcoin when my cousin Trey was telling me about it, when could have got it for $7 a share, you know, and I didn't understand that, so it got biased. And a lot of us don't understand AI. It ain't going nowhere. I mean, again, I'm budget for electronics, so I'm part of the tech world, you know what I mean? I sell the brains to the AI. So I'm going, it's only right for me to be a part of it. I'm gonna coordinate technology into everything that I do. That's just, you know, again, budget freight is the core. So yeah, that's how I feel about the AI, my brother.
Understood. Now you're currently in the early stages of Mastermind Grills, was it?
Yeah, Mastermind Grills, Mastermind Jewels.
Mastermind Jewels.
It was gonna be Mastermind Grills. We do got a logo out there called Mastermind Grills, and actually got almost 10,000 views on that artwork too. But
I've seen them; they do look great.
Yeah,
I have seen them in person. Yeah.
But we decided to narrow it down to Mastermind Jewels because, again, like a lot of other things, and like I started with computers, and now you see I got car audio. Just kind of like the way I am. I don't like to put myself in a box. So if I feel like I called it Mastermind Grills, then I'm just selling grills. But, you know, I like to sell a little bit of everything, some rings, some earrings, you know, whatever people need for the most part. So, yeah, we in the early stages of it. Link will be in the description, y'all. You can go right online, order your grills, however you like them, customized, diamonds, mosaics, however, straight gold, fake plated, however you want to get them. The site will be in the link, for sure.
You kind of answered my question with that right there, but I will say this. What's it been like working in the grills and jewels niche? And then just one more time, can you repeat for those who didn't hear you how you go about ordering one today if they want to shop with you?
Okay, again, I don't know the website off the top of my head because it is an affiliated link, but it will be down in the description. What was the other part of your question, my brother?
what's it been like so far working in that niche? Since you're like in the startup phase still mostly,
Right.
what's it been like so far going down that jewels path? I can tell you're no stranger to wearing jewels, but what's it like now selling them and stepping into that business aspect?
Okay, so that's kind of like a little bit of what I was saying about budget and who I am as a person, you know what I mean, on the being a consumer versus turning things into being a seller or a wholesaler. Again, I like jewelry. A lot of people like jewelry. Jewelry's not cheap. So again, just like with this here, with the computers and everything with Budget Freight, I find myself to be able to buy it in bulk and kind of nick and pick things on my own or order what I need, and it kind of works out to where I don't pay so much because I'm making money on other parts of the load. So that's kind of where it come from. But then on top of that, everything kind of chains together. You know, jewelry is a part of hip hop. Mastermind Click is a record label. So it's kind of one of them hand-in-hand things. I'm around a lot of artists. Artists like Grills and Jules, and everybody know that's part of hip hop. So that it kind of all everything I do in some form or fashion chain links together. So that's kind of where that comes from when it comes to Mastermind Jewels, in a nutshell.
It's clear to see why you got mastermind in there. I can tell sounds like there's always strategy and deep thought involved when you're making these business moves. It's not really an impulse or just on the fly thing. It sounds like you've always kind of thought it out.
Right.
But as you execute it.
I definitely do, man. And the thing about it is, it's just kind of like, again, like I was saying in the beginning, and like I said, I know I will get into it later, but I'm one of them people you can't tell me what I can't do. It almost drives me to try it anyway. So that's just, everything links together. I strategize. I put my mind around things. I exercise it in my mind over and over. I don't listen to a lot of input from outsiders that ain't doing a lot of movement. And I go. And mostly everything I do is all on my own, not even with loans. So I'm out the mud with it, as they say. So it ain't really too much to stop me because I'm not even waiting for a bank to give me a go. And that's just kind of what it is for me, bro.